BBJ's HtmlView control now has the ability to execute JavaScript in the control and pass information back and forth between the BBJ program and the contents of the control. And since this control is the foundation of the dashboard's HtmlView widget, we can now take advantage of this capability in our widgets. Let's take a look at a few widgets that exploit this feature in a number of different ways. We'll start with embedding a JavaScript-powered analog clock inside a dashboard widget. This serves as a terrific example of inserting independent content into a widget. Because all of the JavaScript executes on the client, it presents virtually no load on the server and always displays the client's time, regardless of where our server is. The JavaScript animates every part of the clock upon instantiation, from the hands to the hash marks. Our Todoist widget is another example of independent content, but this one adds interactivity to the mix. Todoist is a popular multi-platform to-do list manager with a rich REST-based web service API. Our widget takes advantage of this API, and using jQuery and Ajax, it provides a view into our to-do list. The widget displays projects and categories on the left, and their associated lists on the right. The widget orders and color codes the list by priority, with the most critical items shown in bolder text. We can set our widget to refresh itself automatically, but we also added a refresh button inside the widget. That way, if my to-do list changes, such as a family member adding something to our shopping list via the Amazon Echo, clicking on the refresh button gets the updated list from the web service immediately. Our widget now shows that we're in dire need of tortilla chips. Our next example reports on the weather and uses the dashboard widget's built-in filters to let the user choose the location. The left filter is a BBJ list edit control, meaning that the user can either select a city from a predetermined list, or they can type in a location that they're interested in. Selecting a new city from the dropdown changes the current weather conditions display, as well as the 5-day forecast on the right. Typing in a new location that's not on the list, like Vancouver, Canada, updates the display accordingly. The status bar at the bottom of the widget contains the information for the chosen location, as well as a timestamp for when the weather conditions were last queried. The right filter lets us change the look of the widget, alternating between two different CSS styles. While the previous theme showed the 5-day forecast vertically on the right, this theme displays it horizontally along the bottom of the widget. Our last widget combines distinct data field display with an interactive chart. I like to keep track of my car's fuel economy and costs, so this widget combines both of those in an interactive chart. The top half of the widget displays the miles per gallon data and the average fuel costs. The bottom graph charts the miles per gallon with the range on the left and the price per gallon with the range on the right. The bottom domain, shared by both datasets, is the fill-up number. The widget's JavaScript grabs my fill-up data from a web server in CSV format, parses through it, calculating the data for the top fields, and builds the chart. The chart is based off of the free JQplot pure JavaScript plotting library, and it allows me to selectively enable or disable the datasets. Clicking on the legend item toggles the data's visibility in the chart, providing the user with control over the display. And since the widget builds everything from scratch based on data from the web, anytime I log another fill-up, I can click the widget's built-in refresh option, and the number of fill-ups has just increased from 70 to 71. The dashboard utility makes it easy to track the data that's important to you. But it's certainly not limited to financial goals or sales figures, as these widgets definitely demonstrate.